I'm Mirjam Stillo, and we'll answer today's question. Rhonda was asking how to get a horse to lunge properly. You were pointing out that your horse was cutting in, wasn't really going a full circle, and that's typical of a young horse that doesn't know how to lunge. It's very easy to teach a horse to lunge, in my opinion, in a round pen, especially as a 2-year-old or as a yearling, because it gives them the idea of a circle. It limits their circle, and it's easy for you to, with a whip or without a whip, depending on what you feel more comfortable with and how your horse behaves, but to keep your space in your horse's space. So if your horse cuts in and comes to you, it's easier in a round pen to just move towards your horse and just push your horse forward, and he'll understand that he doesn't have to come to the inside and stop or quit. He'll quit and stop only when you're going to tell him whoa, or if you're going to tell him to change directions. In a round pen, usually we like to change directions to the wall, especially if we're dealing with reining horses. So that's going to be a little bit different than teaching a horse to lunge without a round pen, because we're going to have to teach him to change directions to the middle, to you, which is also typical for any lunge line competition or anything. So today we will show some little things we can do in a round pen. This is a 3-year-old mare, so she definitely knows how to lunge and knows a round pen. Even if she's not regularly lunged, she's a reining horse, so she is usually, if she gets moved or lunged in a round pen, she's gonna be free without a lunge line. But the first important thing for you to teach your 2-year-old to lunge is to lead properly and to respect your space. So you're gonna start your 2-year-old at the walk in a small circle. I do like to use my whip, not meaning that I'm going to hit my horse with the whip, but it's just going to keep the physical space between me and the horse, especially when we teach him just to move off his shoulder and stay in his space. So we're just going to start doing it at the walk and at the trot. And if the horse is comfortable at the walk and trot and you feel he's staying forward, he's not ducking to you or wanting to go to the outside, which is another common problem. They can pull you to the outside or come to you. If he's comfortable at the walk and trot, then I would start loping. I wouldn't start chasing my horse around at the lope just to make him lope if he's not ready for that, because that will give him other bad habits like running off or loping on the wrong lead, or just be afraid of you as a person running behind him just to chase him and make him go. So today we'll just start it at the walk and trot, and then show a change of direction, or reverse to the inside, in this case having a lunge line, and then we'll go on to the lope and just try to help you. Okay, so it's important first of all that your horse knows your positions. So if I am behind the shoulder, it means I'm pushing my horse forward. If I'm in front of his shoulder, I'm stopping him. So that's the most important position that you have to teach your horse in a round pen or at the lunge line. If I'm here, he's not coming into my space and he's not running forward. And if he does, I will just back him up with my hand in case he's coming to me or pushing to me, or I can push him over, push his shoulder over in case he's coming to me, and ducking in. I'll just go behind her shoulder in this case, and using my whip slowly, I will just start moving her forward at the walk. I'll have to give her a little more lead rope because she's an experienced horse, so she knows where she's going. And I'll just keep her at the walk, keep her at the medium length of the lunge line. I won't give her a long space because I won't keep control. And I'll just start and do this at the walk. Stay behind her shoulder, just teach her. If she stops, I push her. I'll just walk near to her and teach her that it's fine if I'm walking, she's walking, no running off. If she's okay like she is, use my voice, use a little bit of whip, just bring her to a trot. I'll give her some more lead rope because she wants to be out there. She's staying pretty good on the circle. She'll come in a little bit, and if she does, I'll just go towards the horse, just push her out there again, and stay behind her shoulder. If she pulls me around, I will just pull my hand over here and keep staying behind her shoulder. Now, if she would duck in completely and come towards me and wanting to quit, and I can fake it now a little bit because she doesn't want to do it, but if she would like come this way, I would just go towards and push her forward. Doesn't matter if she wants to lope or buck, and give her and tell her which is her space and which is my space. She doesn't have to come into my space, and she doesn't have to pull to the outside. Okay. When she's comfortable at the trot, you can make her low. I don't like making the horses run a lot on the lunge line because it just teaches them not to stay in control. If they're free in the round pen, it's fine. But if they're on your lunge line, I prefer not teaching them to run. Because you're going to need your lunge line in case if you're at the show or if you're showing your horse to somebody, and your horse has to be easy and under control. Not thinking about running off and ripping your arm off. Okay. When she's relaxing, pulling me a little bit to the outside, pull her to me, I'll stop her. Ooh. Okay, a typical thing of a young horse that doesn't know how to lunge is either not stopping when I say whoa, or stopping and coming to me, which is typical. If they are calm horses and easy, they would like come to me, like she's doing now. I forced it because she knows she's not supposed to do it. So if she does come to me, I'll just, whoa, tell her not to come to me. She has to come if I am pulling her to me and saying, you can come. If she's coming too much, I'll just back her up, teach her to stay behind. Okay. And reverse. You can't expect the horse that doesn't know how to lunge to reverse with you standing in the middle of your circle, because he's not a genius. He won't do that. So it will take time. What I like to do is just come up near to my horse, and I will change the side of my whip, change the side of my lead rope, visually move her to the other side, and me move to the other side, and move her shoulder over, and teach her not to run. It's okay if she walks. Stay behind her, always behind her shoulder. Make her walk. If she's comfortable, start trotting her. If I wouldn't have a lunge line and my problem was the horse ducking in, and it can happen that they don't want to stay in a big circle, but they want to cut to the inside, what I like to do is move fast in front of my horse and make him reverse to the wall at that point. Because that teaches him to wait for me to tell him where to go, not to just wander around the round pen like he wants. That's pretty sensitive to you with your lead rope, and you can have a lunge line without a chain, that's good. If it can happen that you need to have a horse that is pulling you and doesn't respect you when you put pressure on the halter, just to make him back up or turn or change direction. At that point, I would recommend taking a lunge line with a chain, which makes it easier for you to put pressure on and your horse to respect you, and your horse to move the shoulder over when you ask him to move over. I hope we help you, Rhonda, with this, and it takes a lot of patience and time. Just think about where you are at, your position, and to teach your horse to respect that.